Hi, my name is Jessica Nelson. I'm a person in long-term recovery, and I'm also the Winchester, Kentucky chapter lead. I have been in recovery for 3.5 years now. I also struggled with substance use disorder for over 20 years of my life. Definitely a long road. Lots of lessons that I had to learn the hard way. So today, being in recovery, I blown away by the opportunities and doors that have opened. How they say lost dreams have awoke. So, today I get to give back to my community. I get to show up for my family today. I get to show up for my daughter. I'm no longer a liability for them or my community. I get to be a part of the solution today and give back and hopefully educate my community about substance use disorder, mainly the stigma that's around it. Even, my own story, my family was so afraid that if I went to treatment, if someone found out, I would never get a job. Nobody would hire me because they knew I did drugs. So even my family was very affected by the stigma of addiction, which kind of hindered me getting the help that I needed earlier on. So I'm very grateful today to be in recovery. So I was introduced to YPR probably this time last year. So I was working at our recovery community center as peer support, just trying to figure out where I was going to go and what I wanted to do professionally. So YPR was presented as something that we would do inside of our RCC. And I went through the training. So we experienced some hardships and ultimately decided that we would not continue with that. So it was months later, the end of the year last year, Billy had reached back out to me and asked if I would still be interested in starting the Winchester chapter. And I absolutely, during the training that I went through for the chapter lead orientation, it was a lot of information, but it was also things that I, realized that we need in our communities to better be prepared to have recovery ready communities. And that's something that I feel like is lacking here in my hometown. While we do have some meetings, like we're just now getting sober living facilities, halfway houses. We now have a rehab that serves men and women, which is amazing. So getting to also provide services to those individuals through YPR, and not only those that are currently in recovery, but also getting to work with students inside the school system. I have another job that allows me to work with youth, at-risk youth, and do substance use education prevention. So that's definitely been an amazing thing. But YPR has allowed me to do workshops. We do all recovery meetings now. We have pro socials, which, when I came home, when I came back here, there was no fellowship. No one was going out to the Waffle House after meetings. Like, nobody was meeting up for dinner at the restaurant after the meeting or on the weekend. The fellowship did not exist. And when I was first introduced to recovery, like, that's what was so attractive about recovery. It was like having my people, having the people that understood me and supported me, and that just didn't exist here. And I truly felt and believe that YPR opens those doors. It allows us to create a fellowship no matter what your pathway of recovery is. Like, you're accepted here. We will support you. We will encourage you. And at the same time, we'll also show you how to have fun in recovery. I have fallen in love with YPR and everything that they do. It's just truly needed in every community, people to come together and help us, help others, educate our community, try to help reduce the stigma. I always say, like, recover out loud, and YPR allows me to recover out loud. And I absolutely am grateful to be a part of this.